it's time for our 57th Ask Tamily interview. It's going to be with Mary. She's joining in just a second. Her Instagram name is Seattle_. And we should be connected in just a moment. Hello.
Good morning, or afternoon, I guess. Evening for some people.
Right. All over the world.
Yes.
All time zones. So thank you, Mary, for being our 57th Ask Tamily interview.
You're welcome.
Very excited to talk to you. So we will go ahead and get started with our favorite question, which is when and how did you start the Tracy Anderson method?
Okay. For me, it was in like 2008 or 2009 is when I first found the little half pint. I was like really sick of my going to the gym and like floundering around without a plan, and so I tapped into the World Wide Web and pulled up, like I was looking for treadmill exercises because I wanted like some cardio and but I wanted to basically work out to encompass everything on the treadmill at the time. And that's when I found Tracy. He was like donkey kicking, doing push-ups and like plies, and I was like, who is this little half pint, you know? So I looked her up, and from there, that's when I kept doing, I did the mat video, and from there, just kind of, I've always done her method.
So, did you start streaming when she started the streaming?
No, so I'm newer to that. I think it'll be 2 years in February. So I kind of I haven't done everything like everyone's done. What I did was truthfully, what brought me to streaming was I saw this woman who was gorgeous body, fluid movement, on Instagram, Loretta Fitness, who Jesus. So I was like, this woman's doing Tracy Anderson shit. Can I swear on here?
Definitely.
I have to swear here because I can't swear in front of my children. So I saw her and I was like, she's doing Tracy Anderson. Am I missing something? For some reason, I wasn't tapped into the streaming or any of that. I had done some Metamorphosis, but nothing like everyone else has done. And so I was basically ripping off Tracy Anderson by just following what Loretta was doing for a while. And then I started feeling guilty. And I was like, no, this is fun. There's something going on I'm not aware of. And Tracy Anderson method's the reason I joined, but seeing Loretta, that really from there just kind of I was like, okay, I'll join. I think, I think it'll be 2 years in February.
Awesome. So what kind of results have you seen in all the years you've been doing the method?
It's more recently, I would say, for me, it was kind of maintenance because I was kind of making it up. Like I said, I did the mat video and did some movement, so I was really just kind of maintaining. But since streaming, I think for me, the tangible results are really, overall, my whole body, I've seen a big difference. I've also had 2 children. I have a 2-year-old and 4-year-old, so I've really transformed, really in the past 2 years with streaming, and mostly in I call this my SpongeBob SquarePants section because I'm really square, and just until recently it has gone in, and that's from Tracy. And I've never, both my sister and me are so square boxed in that area, so I would say that's the most results I've seen, but for intangibles, is that the word? For me, it's cognitive, and we all talk about this, and I think just the endorphins from working out, but I feel less stressed. I don't ruminate about the workout and oh God, I dread this, and what am I doing? And I don't have that dialogue with myself, but really, I honestly feel less foggy. I was really with the brain fog, even prior to my children, honestly, but all that is lifted. So I feel there's a lot of results I've seen.
That's awesome. When you were pregnant and everything, did you keep doing the workout?
Yes, so I did Tracy Anderson throughout my whole workout. I did her pregnancy DVDs and did some makeshift workouts, but I've always since 2008, 2009, I've always done the Tracy Anderson moves, you know. I mean, I won't lie, I've gone to yoga with friends, or I've done some activities just for socialization, but never have I, this is like what I stuck to. And, you know, I've, my whole family, everyone's just like, I can't believe you go to the gym, because I don't go to the gym anymore, but I'd be out there like doing these moves, and everyone's like, what in the hell are you doing? But hey, embrace it.
Exactly. Who in the Tamily inspires you besides Loretta, of course?
I know. That's actually a pretty easy question. I think everyone. I pinpointed Loretta. She does inspire me. I mean, you inspire me. Everyone does. I mean, this is truly a community that, I mean, there's no other community like it, or at least that I'm aware of. But I've also not joined that many communities, and I mean, it's rare where you can bring thousands of women together and men, and not have it turn into like a Jerry Springer episode. I mean, it's pretty amazing, you know. So I would just have to say, everyone. Sorry, I know that's a boring answer, but
it's a great answer, and I agree. You know, I think sometimes when people are like new to the method, they think, oh, well, you know, I've only been doing it this long. That's like some of the most inspiring posts to me that I see. It's like someone on their third day. I'm like, I remember that was exciting. Like, you know, huge difference.
It's still exciting. I mean, every single day going through the feed, it's like, oh my God, you know, and it's like, I love the people who post where it's not, you know, all glam and beautiful and like, you know, it's like you post like, shit, I can't get this move, and like, I mean, that's inspirational, and like, you know, you're not feeding yourself, so.
Yeah, exactly. How do you personally get and stay motivated to keep working out on a regular basis?
Honestly, I think for me, it's just the results I've seen, and it's not like, you know, it's like, at first you might see like, oh, really great results, but I think for me, like, just maintaining, you know, I still like am improving, and, you know, it's not, I can't put everything on the method. It's also your eating, you know, there's so many things that are involved to actually get that long lean, you know, and so I think for me, it's the results that keep me motivated, and, you know, my family, like, I have to be healthy for my children and stuff, but that's truthfully, that's the reason.
Yeah, totally. Have you ever met Tracy?
Yes. So it's really like this year. So I said, I think it'll be 2 years in February for streaming. From there, I mean, I've always wanted to meet Tracy, but, you know, it's like, who the hell am I? Well, how would I meet Tracy? I don't live in LA. I don't live in New York. There's not a studio here. So I met her for the first time a year ago in July, which seems like, I feel like I've actually known her forever now. It's really, she's, as you know, oh my God, she's great. So I met her for the first time in July there was like a Goop event, this G Sport in Chicago. And so there was probably, I don't know, 20, 30 people who had never even heard of the method, were going because of Gwyneth or, you know, whatever it was. And Gwyneth wasn't there, but I got to meet her for the first time there. And from there, I was like, dude, I'm hooked. I'm going to Vitalities. I'm going to, it was so much fun. And so, yes, I've met her.
So, our next question is, have you ever been to a Vitality Week or a studio? So, of course, I know the answer, but we want to hear about it.
Yeah, and so I've been to 2 Vitalities, but let me back up. My first studio that I went to was Studio City in California, and I reached out to Loretta because I saw her post something, and the company I work for, we have location in LA or Newport Beach, so I was going there for work, and I was like, where should I go? What should I take? This and that, and she doesn't know me. She was so friendly, and so I did my first studio visit. It will be like a year and a half ago, and then from there I was like, okay, I really, this last year's been super transformational for me, and like, I've gone to the studio probably about half a dozen times now, and I don't live in a city, you know, state that has one. So, and then Vitality, I did the LA Vitality in October, because Tracy answered my Ask Tamily question, and then she sent me to Vitality.
Oh, wow.
I was gifted the LA Vitality.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. I was just like, usually Wednesday nights I grab a glass of wine and I'm, go through the new classes that are up. And at the time there's an Ask Tracy, and I was sitting there drinking my wine and listening to all of them. And then all of a sudden she started reading my question. I was like, holy shit. I was like, she's reading my question. And then she's like, because I had asked her, I really, really am so uncoordinated when it comes to even the opening arm ceremony, anything that has cardio dance to it. Oh my goodness, yeah. No one wants to see it. It's horrific. And I said, do you recommend going to a Vitality, or do you one-on-one? And at the time, the Vitality for LA and New York were full. And she was like, you don't think you're going to Vitality C in LA, Mary Hill? And I was like, what? So, oh my God! Yeah. So, that was my first one last October, and then the Hamptons, that you and I attended.
Yes.
And that was fucking unbelievable. I mean, so fun. All the events that were planned, I thought it was just fantastic. I mean, the workout, of course, but, being able to have that, one-on-one time with Tracy, or just, wine tasting, it was fantastic. And I would recommend it to anyone.
Absolutely. It is totally, completely worth it. I know it's not an inexpensive adventure, but it is totally worth it. So when you went to the LA one, did they do events like that for that one?
No, it was very, very different. So it was really just a Saturday, Sunday, and it was, in its own right, was fantastic too, right? You get the great workout, you get the Q&A with her, but she also had Dr. Siddiqui.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that was really, really, really good. I ended up, I'm a very, actually, private person. I'm pretty abrupt, but I'm pretty private. And they had me in tears at that place, because there was something they brought out in me about my personal life and my mom. Just I don't know, I told my whole life story. It was really kind of embarrassing at the time, but since then it's been I don't know. It was great.
That's awesome. Awesome. So are you going to go to other Vitalities?
Oh yeah. I'm going to go to as many as my partner will allow me to. This last year has been I've been terrible. It's been me. And I mean, what I get, then they get too. So I definitely will go. And I really, really think it's important that other people attend, if at least one, and especially the Hamptons, you really get the overall everything. And if not that, try to get into a studio. I mean, and get in with Courtney or LaShawn. They are fantastic. I mean, and not the studio, right? They're so welcoming. It's okay, you're not a member. They've let me attend member classes. Surrey, Aaron. I mean, they're all they don't care. They're come on. They're of course, you're family. You're a member. Of course you are. And it's unbelievable.
Yeah, definitely. It is the greatest community ever. What would be your advice to someone who's not feeling motivated to work out and, stick to their routine?
I think you really have to look at why you feel you're not motivated, right? I mean, there must be something else going on. There are times where I'm not feeling motivated either, and it's I just go on Instagram and stalk the Loretta or whoever and say, oh, look at how they're moving. Okay, I feel inspired. Get on the mat, But I also don't make workout a to-do. It's not on my to-do list. It is part of my day, right? It's a vitamin, my Prozac, whatever you want to say. But if you're not feeling motivated for reasons of your moon cycle's hitting or something, then just let it go. There's days, I'll go 3 days max where I don't work out, and then I just don't focus on that. I don't get down on myself. So I think truth truthfully look at what's going on and why are you not motivated. You can't say that it's because this is boring. I mean, this method is so evolutionary. It's constantly changing and growing, and so it's not boredom. What is it?
Right.
Figure out what it is, and then I think if you're still not motivated, see a shrink. I don't know.
Probably good.
I've done that.
Yes, me too. I think it's good for everyone. So we have a couple of questions in the chat. Nicole asked, how does the Tracy part of a group event compare to a Vitality event?
Well, you're working out. So I guess I don't really understand the question. Like, you mean like the wine tasting with Tracy versus the working out, or?
Maybe. Well, because the Goop event, is it a one-day thing?
Oh, okay. So the Goop event is like, it's a summit. Usually it's during a weekend, depending on what you do. The summit is a one day. That's where you get everything, and you'll get like Tracy. I was just recently at the London Goop event, and I really only pulled the trigger on going to that because Tracy was there. Because I was like, because you got to work out with her and Gwyneth one day, and then have workout Saturday with Tracy, and then Sunday with Tracy.
Oh, wow.
And it's fun, right? But I prefer it in her studio versus an event like that. I will do it all the time, of course. I mean, because you bring in so many Tamily members. I mean, Tracy Anderson portion of that event sold out well beyond before anything else. It was sold out in like 2 seconds. So I was like, shit, I got to do the weekend thing so I can work out with her.
Yeah.
But it's fun, but I prefer Vitality. Vitality, because it's really about the method, and you're with Tracy doing that one-on-one and not just for like a quick question. I mean, Tracy will stop and talk to anyone, she's very good about it, but you really get that more like intimate setting in Vitality with her.
But they did do like a Q&A with Tracy at the Goop thing too?
Yes, they did that on Sunday, and that was for the people who purchased the whole weekend thing, where you set up in a hotel, you do like a dinner, and that's fun too. But she did do a Q&A on Sunday with her and Gwyneth, and that was great. It was quick, and it's not nearly as long as we get at Vitality. So for those of you who've never been to Vitality, I mean, truthfully, she sits down for 2 hours afterwards, and she would go on forever if Julie would let her.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see if there was another question in here. No, not yet, I don't think. Okay, so if anybody has any questions, you can type them in the chat, but we are going to ask Mary a few more planned questions. So what is something that you've personally learned from Tracy?
A lot of things, of course, but I think she did give me some advice once, and the context wasn't around working out, but I do apply it to working out, and I think she has given this advice to others, but is basically, I know this sounds so cliche, is just let it go, So I was really stuck on something personal that was going on in my life, and she's like, you just gotta let it go. And I mean, it's easier said than done, but let it go. I mean, and let it go in your workouts, right? She talks about, for me, the biggest thing was I was so stiff, and it's just you really just gotta just let it go and be, I don't know, just be free. I think that's the best advice I've received from her.
Definitely. It's, even though it is certainly easier said than done, it's what we need to do.
Yeah. I mean, at least during your workouts, right? Yes, you process things, and everyone processes things differently. For me, when I work out, I really just kind of clear my mind, and I can't think about things because then I focus on that versus my workout. So I really I don't focus on reps. I don't, that stuff, I just do what she does. So.
Yep. Exactly. We have a question from Cam Nation. That is an excellent question. I'm so glad she's asking this. We love your hiking tam attempts, which I actually find frightening, but they're awesome. How does your husband enjoy taking the pictures?
Oh, he doesn't mind. He knows. He's used to it. He's like, God, of course. But now I've got him where he's like, oh, this would be a good place to take a tam shot.
Awesome.
Yeah, he's super supportive. He loves it.
The one like your leg was up and I looked like you were gonna fall into a canyon. I was like, oh my gosh.
No, I'm not that crazy. I'm safe about it. Yeah, this past weekend, I think my sister was in town and I took her hiking and it looked scarier than it was. I assure you, I'm not that ballsy. Although I love hiking.
Yeah. Alexandra has a question. Does your husband ever join you for the method?
No, he doesn't. But I did, he used to harass me a little bit about it, Val. Like, okay, how's that going to work? It's like, well, you tell me my body looks good. Something's working, right? Because he's into, like, starting strength program or what he does, and that's great. He's a guy that works for him. It doesn't work for me. But he's always like, you need to get down there and squat. And I was like, look, all right, I'm going to squat, but then you're going to do this move. And so I videoed him, and I actually posted it, and his leg was like, it was like he was so stiff. I was like, yeah, I don't want to hear about it. But
yeah,
no,
exactly.
I think one day, I think he would go, I don't know. Actually, I don't know if he would do it. He would probably come to Vitality and go to dinner or something, but I don't think I could get the method. Yeah.
Yeah, they should have like husband tickets just for the events.
Oh yeah.
Do you have any tips for doing method while traveling? Other than in the mountains.
Oh yeah. See, like, I just do it wherever. Obviously, I don't do a full workout in the mountains. I don't want to allude to that. Like, I just do some moves, and it's really just for a photo op because it's like, dude. I take Tracy wherever I go, or Tracy Anderson Method wherever I go. Tips for traveling for me, I don't pack ankle weights. That's the time when I use whatever, if it's for business, there's probably going to be some hand weights in their gym, or I just truly focus on my form at that time, which is really big for me right now because Vitality made me really notice that my form was kind of off. So, but for traveling, I wouldn't pack your ankle weights. I guess unless you are checking your luggage, fine. That's up to you. But really, just do it if you can do it. And one thing that Tracy, and maybe you recall this at Vitality, talked about, like, if you're truly on a vacation, and this is not verbatim, but if you're truly on a vacation, you want to make sure that your workout's not encroaching upon others. So you don't want it to, take away from family time or any of that kind of stuff, So for me, what I do at home too and travel, if it's with my family, is that I wake up before everyone else and I do my workout. If I really need to, feel like I need to get it in, then that's what I do. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And the point too about working out without the weights, like sometimes that really just gets you to focus in another way. Like, it's still a good workout, and you can have so much more focus on the form.
Well, yeah, because I truthfully wonder how many people keep up with her. For me, I'm like 10 feet tall, and she's like, this. So her leg's out quicker than mine's. Like, shit, I'm here still, So really, it's like, are you keeping up with her momentum, with her form? Are you doing all the reps? And if you are, then you're Superwoman. And if you can do that with the ankle weights and everything, then shit, man. Like, I don't know how you do it because I don't.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I feel like I take a break between every move.
Yeah, I do. There's, mostly at home here, I don't a lot, but when you go to the studio, it's a whole nother thing. Vitality, we're doing 2-hour workouts, so, I had to take a break. I was like, oh my God, you've got the heat and humidity, which I have here at home, but nothing like that. In 2 hours, shit, I can't do anything for 2 hours without taking a break.
Exactly. So Tam Nation would like to know which one of your kids will become a Tam addict.
Oliver, my youngest, he thinks Tracy Anderson's like my sister or something. He's like, I do my workout, Mom. I do my Tracy Anderson. Like, I picked him up from school one time, and they're like, "Who's Tracy Anderson?" And I was like, there is a woman named Tracy Anderson, but I think you're probably talking about her workout. And they're like, we're doing yoga poses, and like he's only 2 years old, and he's like, no, I do my Tracy Anderson, and he's like doing it. So it's like
I love it.
Will. Like Nolan, my oldest Nolan gets into it too, but nothing like Oliver. Like he's really into it. I think he also loves music too. But my oldest gets mad because he's like, how come Tracy's not looking at me? I can't see her, because he just sees the back of her. It's really funny. But
he gets the forward-facing arms, obviously.
Yeah, I guess I haven't shown him that part. Yeah.
Well, sure.
At Vitality, we did FaceTime. I just surprised them in FaceTime with Tracy, and it was really funny. And my partner Neil was like, "What the hell, man? Why didn't you tell me I could comb my hair?" I was like, It was funny, but they loved it. They're like, "Oh, it's Tracy Anderson." So yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's fantastic. Nicole would like to know, we talked about finding your formula a lot at Vitality Week. Have you found your formula, and is it any different than what you were doing before Vitality?
Yeah, so what I did, so at Vitality, and I know I posted about this, I the last day, after we drank wine every single night, let's not lie here, I ambitiously took the center back spot, and so I could see myself, the 2 days prior, I was over to the left, and I would never see the left side of Tracy, so I was like, no, I gotta get there in the middle, I gotta see. Oh God, all it did was spotlight, oh my God, you're Tracy's kicking higher than you, and you have 10 inches on her, come on, so I really, really recognized there, that my form was off, I wasn't keeping up, I needed to take a break, and so after Vitality, I really, really looked at it, and I just went back to the basics. And so I did master arms, did beginner, and then glute centric, to complete an hour. So I did that for the first week, and I really concentrated on my form. And was I getting my reps at beginners? Yes, I was. I was doing the weights. I started increasing the weight at beginners, and then now I'm at fundamentals, and I've hit my sweet spot there. So I'm really gonna just focus on fundamental right now, and if I can truthfully do every rep and not have to take a break and really just be honest with myself, then I'll go to attain. All of them are good workouts. So
definitely,
yeah,
definitely. And now we have the 3 levels. They're all difficult. It's not like you're slacking off and saying, oh, I'm only going to do this level. They're all difficult. It just depends on what's the right fit for you at the time.
Absolutely. And I mean, this is just part of Tracy. She's genius. I mean, if you truthfully look at beginners, intermediate, and masters, beginners is just a modified version of somewhat of an intermediate, as intermediate is a little bit of a modified version of attain. And it's amazing what she puts out every week, and what must go into it. I know it's probably natural for her, but I think it's impressive. So yes, none of them are easy. If you think it's easy, then something's off.
Right, definitely. What do you think of the reverse planks this week in fundamental?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Anything where I have to hold my body weight up, regular plank, reverse plank. I'm actually better at the reverse plank. Is that weird? I don't know.
That means superhuman.
I don't know. I dread them. Anything to do with squats and planks, I'm like, oh shit. And so that's one of my biggest things where, if I'm getting through every single plank, which I have been this week, then I'm like, all right, I'm not cheating myself, you know.
Yeah.
So they're challenging. Yes,
yeah, definitely. So this is a great next question. Tam Nation is asking, what's your favorite and most dreaded move?
You know, my favorite move is anything that takes you, like, basically, you know, from all fours up into, like, the leg extension. And I think that's my favorite because, and Tam Nation, Sigrid, can vouch for this. Tracy talked about that move after, she did do a Q&A after the workout on Sunday, too, I'm sorry, at the Goop event, which was really, really good because she talked about people who, like, you know, oh, they're complaining of, like, wrist problems or whatever, or their shoulders are bulking, and truthfully, if you're feeling it there, you're doing the move wrong, and which I was doing. Like, I felt like I could do it. I never had pain. I was like, I think I'm pretty strong there, but I was putting unnecessary weight in my, like, arms. Like, really, truthfully, you barely, like, I could do it on my fingertips. Like, I really am not, you know, so I think that's my favorite. My least favorite is anything, and because I'm so weak, I mean, even without weights, sorry, I'm going to show you guys this.
Okay.
It's anything like sitting down and having to put my leg over here. Holy crap, I cannot do it. I would take a plank over that. I can't do it. It's like, I have to, like, even a beginner, she does it all the time too, and it's like that, and I don't know if that's just from after having children that I can't, you know, like, get it over properly. So,
Yeah.
I dread those.
Yeah,
But
I don't find those to be fun either.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think we have any more questions in the chat. Let's go to a couple of other planned questions. What is your favorite thing about your method?
I think I had mentioned this earlier. I think just that it's like evolutionary. It's constantly growing. It's basically a no excuse method. You can take it anywhere. That's the biggest thing for me, and I think probably for a lot of people. And it's fun. I mean, and I'm not a dancer or anything, and I'm not like the you know, the music god. I'm sorry if I offend anyone. I'm so sick of people complaining about the music. I mean, it's subjective, right? You're not going to make everyone happy.
Yeah.
But the workout is fun, and like, I don't normally listen to that kind of music, but it brings out whatever it needs to bring. It's like tapping something into me that, like, oh, I can hit that extension because that beat, bam, you know, like, I don't know. I think, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, there's some songs, like, I would never, like, if they came on the radio, I'd probably change the radio station, but it just fits for what we're doing at that moment sometimes.
No, yeah, I mean, it's amazing, the choreography, and I think especially the arms, right? Like, it is like, man, it is on point. You know, it's amazing. Like, I love it. So
yeah, and I mean, you always have the option too of, you know, using your own music, but I do like to see just how she's, like, paired it, and I mean, sometimes it's total perfection.
Oh yeah, and I think she mentioned recently, and I may be wrong. I may have, like, dreamt it up, but I think she said, at least do her music for the arms piece. Mm-hmm. And if you need to, like, do your own playlist at the legs, she doesn't care, you know, which makes sense. But for me, even with the legs, like, I just stick to her music. It's sometimes when she was going through all that stuff, where people were really complaining, like, all right, I don't know. I guess I don't focus on that. It's, you know, this method's not about the music. I mean, I think it makes the method come full circle and makes it more fun, but it's not about the music. So
yeah, and good Lord, is it better than the music from Metamorphosis?
Yeah.
Anything.
We could have a whole nother Ask Tamily about the music and the complaint, and, like, God, it's just like, okay, Tracy Anderson provides us, you know, as we've talked, with a workout. That's it. Anything else she gives us, be happy.
Total bonus, right? So with your workout, and you talked a little bit about this kind of not being on your to-do list, but just being part of your life. How does it fit into your life with everything that you have to do?
Well, in my mind, I've already, like, set, like, it's part of my life. It's like, for me, it's like, brushing my teeth, you know? It's preventative for me. Like, I need to brush my teeth so my teeth don't fall out or I don't get cavities. Well, I need to work out so that, I'm alive for my children because, I had my first kid at 41, so I'm going to be like, collecting my double ARP when they're like in junior high. So it's important, I think, for that reason.
Absolutely. So we have another great question from Tammy.
Oh, God.
We would like to know a truth, a lie, and a dream.
Truth. Jesus. Good Lord, Spirit God. The truth about me is that, I don't know, there's a lot of truth about me. I'm 5'9".
Okay.
A lie about me, I'm I'm not nice. I say that like I'm nice, but I have a really big problem with fake people. I guess that I don't know. I'm kind of an asshole. A dream that I'm actually trying to make a reality, I guess, is that I've been writing a book about loosely, no, maybe more than loosely based on real life about me and my mom who's passed away. So that's kind of a dream I have, and I've been working on it for 10 years. So hopefully that'll be a reality.
Yeah, definitely. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
What is your personal philosophy about working out?
For me, I mean, it's really basic. I think I posted something about this a couple days ago. It's like basically you can't cliff note your workout. Don't cheat yourself because you're going to cheat your results. So put in what you want to get out of it. I mean, you're going to see what you put in, right? So that's really my philosophy.
Exactly. I think I saw that post. But it's totally true, though. Like, there's no reason to be checking the box or whatever. Like, you really gotta put your whole self into it, and then that's how you're gonna see the best results.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think so many people cheat themselves, including me. Like, I think I was cheating myself, and probably for pride reasons where I was, like, having to do a team. But it's like, I'm not there. I mean, I'm truthfully not there. I don't have I would need more one-on-one with a trainer or something. I mean, the breakdowns are amazing, but I feel like I'm still not or I'm just not getting the reps. So maybe it's me, but I think honestly, it's just like you are cheating yourself. I'm still getting a good workout, yes, but am I getting, if you're not hitting that angle, then you're not getting, your ass to lift up or whatever it may be. So just don't cheat yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And it's about that honest conversation Tracy talks about that you have to have with yourself to know which workout you should be doing. Are you doing the right things? Like, I mean, sometimes, for like a teen, it could be about endurance and not even just, coordination or strength or whatever. And, people can get really like stuck on, oh, that's what I should be doing. But if you're not getting the reps done correctly, or you're not getting, the majority of them, then it makes more sense for you to be in, fundamental, or like you said, even go back to beginner for a time period, because that's where you can really focus on the form and the method itself, like, and not feel bad about it. Like, you just gotta own it and, make the right decision for you.
Well, yeah, because it's like, I don't know what you gain from doing something you can't perfect. I mean, it's just, I think, and I mean, like I said, like I was doing that in Vitality. I really just was like, no, this isn't right. I need to not cheat myself.
Yeah, exactly. What's important to you in your life that you would like to share with the family?
God, there's a lot of things important to me. Obviously, my family. I know this is going to sound like cocky or whatever, but I think I find me important. You know, I take care of me because that's going to reflect in my children, and I try to lead by example. So this, you know, I mean, it's taken me a long time to get here. Oh, I mean, a lot of therapy, a lot of reading, and I'm really, truthfully, am about me. You know, I think I'm cool. I don't think I'm cooler than anyone else, but I like to take care of me so I can take care of my family and my friends and the Tamily.
Yeah, absolutely. And we can't have like negative feelings about that. Like, it's not this thing of take care of everyone and completely like destroy yourself. Like, you really do have to put yourself first.
Well, no, I mean, you take care of them and then you don't take care of yourself, you know? So what that means for me, like, you know, I have to get up before them, you know? Like, I need to take on that. Like, I try to get good sleep at night. I mean, I have a 2-year-old and 4-year-old, so depending on what kind of, like, wackadoo hours they're, you know, going to sleep or not, it's like I have to truthfully take care of me to take care of them. You know, I can't let them run me, you know, like, or, you know, my partner, like, we're all about, like, you know, he has a harder time. He, like, feels guilty if he goes, like, oh, backpacking this weekend. I was like, why? I do not feel guilty when I make a choice to travel somewhere. And I've traveled a lot this past year, you know, for me. Just vacations, vitalities, goop events and stuff. And I did that because I needed that, you know. And when I come home, I'm happier for my children, you know. It's like I'm engaged. I'm not, you know, I don't want to just like, oh, no, mommy's busy. I got to work out or do this. No, I set it up where I give them the time they need to. So,
yeah, absolutely. Where do you live and what do you do?
I live in a northeast suburb of Seattle. It'll be 2 years in October that we've been in this house. We were in Seattle proper prior to that, but when I was pregnant with my second child, we had to get out of the city and get a yard for the dog too. So we live outside of Seattle. What I do for work is I'm a clinical software analyst. So it's really boring. I work mostly remote from home. I do have an office in Seattle as well, but basically what that means is that I work with surgeons. I work for a hospital in Seattle. I work with surgeons, take their workflow, like what they did on paper, and then like replicate that electronically for their electronic medical records. So I manipulate that software.
Okay. Well, I mean, it sounds kind of interesting.
It's boring. The best piece about it, I mean, it does help them. I put a lot of patient safety things in, but the best thing is that they promote, like, healthy living and stuff, so they're like, if you can, during a meeting, if you're not presenting, go out and take a walk and listen to your video. You know what I do? I sit here and do bonus content, standing up while listening to people speak, okay?
That's an excellent idea. I need to start doing that.
Yeah, I do. I try to, like, anytime I can do something like that, I will pop it in. It's like, all right, this is extra. You know, I'm not going to plan for this. This is going to happen if it happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm getting paid to do it.
Wouldn't that be perfect? We have 2 more questions from Tamination. So,
goodness.
The first one is wine, beer, or spirits?
She knows this answer. Wine. Especially bubbles.
Yeah.
Champagne and Prosecco. Good Lord. I'm a sucker for it.
And then, right. Her next question is, do you take vitamins and supplements?
Yeah, I take a multivitamin. I also take like a fish oil.
Okay.
And some vitamin D. Like pretty basic. I'm very basic in like that. My like face washing like product. Like I believe in simple. So yes.
Yeah, which usually also means healthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I try to be as healthy as I can be. Yes. I do indulge.
Well, we have to be happy.
Yes.
can you tell us about a takeaway that you've gotten from a previous Ask Tamily interview?
You know, I have not. I've only watched a couple like live, so I really don't. To be honest, I can't give you like a truthful answer of a takeaway. Like, I did see Heather's, but I was more about like looking at Heather, like, oh, Heather's so cool, like listening. And I mean, I can't truthfully give you an answer with that. I do need to go back and watch them. I have not programmed the Tamily, like this Ask Tamily live into my Saturday 9 o'clock my time.
Yeah,
like crazy kid time. So I don't have a takeaway at this time, but I will do my homework and I'll get back to you.
that would be great. You should watch all the interviews, which might take a year, and then you can post what your best takeaway is.
I will. I'll do it. I won't, maybe not all of them, but I will watch. I'll cherry pick them.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely a good selection. I can't get over the fact that this is number 57. It is mind-boggling to me that we've actually many. It's amazing.
Yeah, so how many? So have you done it when did you guys start? I guess I don't know.
I think it was the last week of July of last year. I think, like the last Saturday of July. So literally over a year and every week. Like, there's been some weeks I couldn't do it that Nicole did it. But every single Saturday, like for over a year.
That's amazing.
Yep, and we can do it for 1,000 because, there's still tons of people to interview.
There's so many. That's why I know the question is like, who do you want to see, right? Like, and can I answer that now?
Oh, of course.
There's whoever hasn't done this who I want to see, but I do want to see Sigrid. Yes, I would love to see her. Why don't, let's get Tracy on here. Let's get Julie on here. Let's get Steven on here. They're all family members.
That's true.
I think anyone. I look forward to it. I really want to put it. I really have no excuse because I can go back now and watch them, and which I really truthfully didn't know until I got your email, and I said, oh, I can go back and like look at these if they had agreed upon being on YouTube.
Yeah.
Those dramatics, but.
And you know what? I think that actually Nicole did an Ask Tamily with Sigrid. It was probably a while ago.
Oh, okay.
So that should be on YouTube, I think.
Okay.
But we actually, there's been some where we've had, technical issues and we've re-interviewed. And I think it'd be just fun to re-interview, too. Or, even have people that have been interviewed interview somebody else. I want to do some of that kind of stuff with it, too.
Okay, so then I want to change my answer, actually.
Okay.
I guess I don't know this, but I want to see you interviewed after your 42 days. Does everyone know about that?
I think they might, because we did say it a couple weeks ago, and I was like, please be quiet, because I don't want this much accountability. But that's probably a good thing. So, I can definitely do that after my 42-day plan happens.
Yeah, I want that. I think, right after that Saturday, you should just slot yourself right in there.
Right, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm super committed.
All right. Well, you've been doing great.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Let's see if there are more questions in the chat. We've got a whole lot of comments and hearts and smiley faces. Everyone loves you. Actually, Sigrid's watching from her real account too, and she said, your hair is gorgeous. What's your secret?
Oh, God, thank you. I guess a curling iron. I have really super curly hair. Really curly.
Oh.
Maybe that'll be my to-do. Someone else had asked me to, post it with, maybe I'll show you guys the crazy afro I really have.
Look like it would be like that.
Oh, it's over-processed, first of all. That's why it kind of lays a little flatter now, but it used to be like this. And it has to be extremely long for it to hang this way. But since it's, it's bleached, I'm not naturally this blonde. Obviously. So it's very processed. but for being processed, it is pretty healthy. I use the Kerastase, like it's a really moisturizing shampoo and conditioner. I do a hair mask once a week, and then that's it. Like, I use a curling iron. I usually don't blow dry my hair either, so I'll usually wash it at night. I'll put like some product in it, like oil or something, and then I usually sleep on it, and then the next day style it out. That's it. And so for it to lay flat like this, I really kind of just pull it back when I'm sleeping and twist it and fall asleep on it. But that's if you have curly hair. I don't know. I mean, you know, you always want what you don't have. Like, you know, like I look at Secret's hair, I'm like, your hair is awesome. You can just like basically walk out and like, what the hell?
Right. Yeah. That's not my case with my hair either. Okay, it looks like we've gotten all the questions in the chat. Let me see if there's any planned questions that we didn't ask you yet. Oh, do you do dance cardio?
Oh my God. No. I've attempted. It is, you know, I really don't like to have to-do lists in general, usually because it's so negative to me, because if I don't like mark it off, then it's like, God, you know, like, then I won't want to do anything. So, but dance cardio is definitely something I want to do. I'm really uncoordinated by it. I'm not a dancer. In my brain, honestly, like, it's amazing that I can even do Tracy Anderson method. She's obviously probably has increased my brain to, like, be able to follow, but dance cardio, like, oh my God, it's so foreign to me. I'm like, what? My body doesn't move that way. I'm, like, really not in tune with my body. It's terrible. I've been, you know, it's really horrific. But I did talk to Courtney at Vitality, and I was like, Courtney, next time I come to New York, I have to book a one-on-one session with you for dance cardio. She's like, oh, that's the easiest piece. And I was like, oh, that's me. Oh my God, it's so difficult. Like, I'm like, you know, like, because I see, like, I've tried to do Lashana, everyone, I'm like, oh my God, I can't even, like, so then I just end up, like, kind of jumping around, and it's like, oh man, I also don't have the floor for it, where I feel like getting older, like, my knees too, like, I do not like that jumping, but when, you know, you're in the studio, they've got that great floor, and it's like, exactly. The G floor is on my Christmas wish list, so let's see. Maybe dance cardio will happen then.
Yeah, like I mean, even with the dance cardio that was with Metamorphosis, like I could hardly figure out how to get my legs to do two different things at one time. That was a big deal.
Well, I know, and that's like even when at Vitality, you know, like Tracy's doing these moves, and she does them, you know, in the weekly class too, where it's like you step one here, step back, and it's like, oh God, that's when I get distracted by the music, because I'm like, it either helps me or it distracts me. And really, truthfully, it should help you because she's hitting that beat, you know, and it's like, it could be simple things. When I sit down and I really look at it, I can do it. But it's like my brain is telling me she's on the right, but my brain's like going to the left. It's really terrible. I'm really uncoordinated that way. And I naturally have been an athlete my whole life, like, but not in that sense.
Right. It is a whole different thing. Like, even this week with the intermediate arms, it's very dancey with these.
It is. And this and like, I know. But I'm getting better at that arms, for sure, and tracking her. And I mean, that really just comes with, like, being, you know, on it every day. Like, I've definitely seen a lot of improvements there for me.
Yeah, that's the key. Consistency. It's just, and you see the improvement, like, day after day after day. Like, every day it's building flexibility and coordination and strength. Like, it's really amazing.
Yeah, it is. Yes.
So we are getting close to the end of our time where Instagram will just cut us off.
Okay.
I have another question in the chat, which I don't think that I know this person's real name, but it looks like Fania Lazaroff, which sounds like a fantastic name. And her question is, what's your favorite place to do your workouts?
Well, outside of the studio, you're looking at it right here. This and the mountains. So I've had my heat and humidity. This is actually my office for work too.
Okay.
It sucks because we have carpet in here. I wish we had the hardwood floors in here, but this is the best place. It's kind of the smallest room in our house where I can get the heat and humidity. So I would definitely say here. And there's times where I will go outside, like on we have a guest unit where I'll go out. There's a big deck out there. If it's warm, I'll go out there and do it.
Excellent. One last question for you, and this one is also from Sigrid. She would like to know what's in your cup.
It's water. Well, I finished it. It was water. I wish it was bubbles, but it is.
Yes.
You know.
That would have been great if you were drinking champagne out of a coffee mug during your interview.
That would mean I was trying to hide it. I am proud of my bubble intake.
Well, it's been awesome talking to you, Mary. We really appreciate you being our 57th interview. And is there anything else you'd like to say to the Tamily while you have this audience?
Thank you for being the Tamily and letting me join in and listen to my ridiculousness.
It was super fun.
I can't wait to hear watch your Ask Tamily interview.
Oh, goodness. I can't wait to get the plan started.
I'll have all kinds of questions lined up for you.
Awesome. Well, thank you again, Mary. It's been fantastic, and have a great weekend.
You guys too. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.